All right. So this screensaver will be shown, Ricky, when they call you incoming deputy and polio now coordinator, Ricky Andrea. So when this is shown, that's when you do your hello, your ping, my respect to DRR, kinsa na siya, or District Rotaract Representative-elect Shibi Resolado, past and future DRRs, incoming district leaders of Rotaract, and the president-elects and secretary-elects and other officers of Rotaract for Rotary year 2022-2023. So my presentation is about polio, and thank you for the invitation for making me a part of your pet sets. So I'd like to share with you two slides which had an impact on me when I was All-Star Team President. The first slide is a quote from Malcolm X. When Malcolm X said, "The future belongs to those who prepare for it." Now, the second slide is from Zig Ziglar. Will you look back on life and say, "I wish I had," or "I'm glad I did"? All this will motivate you to really push the advocacy of Rotary, and that is to end polio. We need to prepare for the future. We need to make the world polio free. And likewise, this is to resonate to all the incoming officers because you are to prepare for your term. Now, I'd like to go to the topic that I was assigned to, and which is polio. So, what is polio? Polio is terms and definition. Poliomyelitis or polio is a paralyzing and potentially fatal disease that still threatens children in some parts of the world. Poliovirus invades the nervous system and can cause total paralysis. It can strike people at any age. Polio is an ancient disease. It is an intestinal virus that is mostly spread from person to person contact, especially where hygiene is poor. It can cause irreversible paralysis and sometimes death. It strikes mainly children under the age of 5. Polio can be prevented by vaccines, but it is not curable. Unlike most diseases, polio can be eradicated. So far, there's only one disease that has been eradicated, and that is polio. Now, before I proceed, I'd like to introduce the team, the people I work with and I report to. On the international level, we have past RI Vice President Michael McGovern, who is the chair of the International Polio Plus Committee. We have Trustee Chair, past RI President John Germ, who is the chair for End Polio Now Countdown to History Committee. Rotary International President-elect Jennifer Jones, who's the co-chair for End Polio Now Countdown to History Committee, and past RI Director Robert Hall, who is the Vice Chair for the End Polio Now Countdown to History Committee. That's the international level. On the zone level, so this is the Philippines, this is Region 11, Zone 10A. We have incoming RRFC past District Governor Penny Policarpio, who's the Regional Rotary Foundation Coordinator. Past District Governor June Farcon, who's the incoming Endowment and Major Gift Advisor. Past District Governor Mean Solomon, who's the End Polio Now Coordinator and who is also a member of the International Polio Plus Committee. And yours truly, your incoming Deputy End Polio Now Coordinator for Zone 10A, Vicky Andres. Now, there has been milestones in Zone 10A. It has been 42 years after the first drop of polio to a Filipino child by then RI President James Bomar in September of 1979. It has been 21 years since WHO declared the Philippines polio-free in 2000. In 1979, when the first drop of polio was given to the Filipino child, present was then Director and past RI President Matt Caparas, then District Governor and past RI Director Paeng Hechanova, and this was held in Makati. So I'd like to bring you back to history during that day in 1979. Please play the video.
We are here to mark the beginning, a very small beginning, of what we hope will be a great thing, the total eradication from the face of the earth of a dreaded disease, poliomyelitis. Great things always have a small beginning. When Paul Harris founded Rotary almost 75 years ago, there were just 4 people. And yet, that organization which he founded has now flourished to cover 153 countries. It is our hope that in this small beginning, we would have, as I said, the great thing, the eradication of one of the scourges of mankind.
That small beginning, as quoted by past RI President Matt Caparas, shows the success of our Polio Plus program. And what does this mean? We were all committed. We need to have that commitment to end polio now. And with that commitment, it takes everyone to cooperate, to communicate, to coordinate, and collaborate with each other. And I'm very happy to say that in Zone 10A, all districts, the district governors, DRFCs, and the district polio coordinators who I work with have cooperated, communicated, and coordinated and collaborated in terms of raising awareness for polio and raising funds. Now, the last verb is compete. There's a friendly competition amongst the district. So we need to tell everyone that we have to get our acts together. We need to increase funds per district. We need to do better in our performance as per last year. So we have to remember that Rotary's top priority is to end polio now, because together we will fulfill our promise to the children to make the world polio free. The next two slides will show the map of the progress of our polio eradication. In 1979, polio was eradicated in the United States. Rotary's polio eradication campaign began in the Philippines. In 1985, 350,000 polio cases in 123 countries worldwide. Please take note, 1985, 350,000 polio cases in 123 countries. So why am I emphasizing this? Because our next slide would show the progress that we have made in polio eradication since 1985. Now, 2022, we only have actually 3 cases na correct na lang ni 3 cases. 2 cases in Pakistan and 1 case in Afghanistan. So we have 3 cases. Yet, it's a big improvement from the 350,000 cases in 123 countries. Here we have 3 cases in 2 countries. So we have made progress. Please take a look at the photo at the lower right portion. This shows then RI President James Bomar putting the first drop of polio to a Filipino child. This was in 1979. In the year 2000, WHO declared the Philippines polio-free. India was declared polio-free in 2014. Now, India is one of the most populated countries in the world. In 2020, we all celebrated because Africa was declared polio-free. And it is our hope that if we contain the number of wild polio virus cases to 3 and no more cases thereafter, then by 2026, the world will be declared polio-free, and we will put 2026 in the globe that is being held by the little girl. So what needs to be done? There are 2 major responsibilities of Rotarians, and that is to raise awareness and to raise funds. Now, how do we raise awareness? We need to share on social media. We need to contact local media about your club's efforts. We need to share content, the videos, the web stories with our networks, and we hold an event for World Polio Day. So when is World Polio Day? World Polio Day is celebrated annually on October 24. Now we need to support the eradication of polio by hosting an event to inspire awareness and giving. How is that done? By hosting, by writing, by sharing, and by viewing all materials about polio. So World Polio Day on October 24. Now you need to register all your activities for World Polio Day so that you will be recognized in the Rotary map on World Polio Day. Now, another way of raising awareness is to be a walking billboard yourself. When you wear the official Red and Polio Now t-shirt, you will see that no less than past RI President Holger Kanak and Rotary International President-elect Jennifer Jones is wearing the official Red and Polio Now t-shirt. And here's a tip. When you wear this Red and Polio Now t-shirt, even in your activities and projects and people of action, photos are taken and you post it in Facebook. Mind you, we pick up some of these photos and include it in our newsletter, the Zone 10A and Polio Now newsletter, which is circulated not only the Philippines, but all over the world. So another way of raising awareness, here are some suggestions. You may want to participate in your activities. So we have the photo of our governor, Ana Bumagat, who participated in the Bike to End Polio. And then before the pandemic, or there were even some short walks on immunization saves lives from polio. And we had the People of Action and Polio Now template made into a poster and actual patak for polio and even the launch for patak polio. Another way of raising awareness is having the out of home media through billboards and LED boards displaying the End Polio Now logo. Even in SMX, the globe of SMX beamed the End Polio Now logo, and this was participated by all the districts in Zone 10A. Even the uniforms of the bikers in the Bike to End Polio had the End Polio Now logo. We also tapped advocates, celebrity advocates for polio. On the international level, we had Jackie Chan, we had the late Bishop Tutu, and Iver Gangnam. Our first Filipino celebrity tapped by Rotary International was Senator Manny Pacquiao, and this was at the height of his being world boxing champion. Now, locally, our celebrities, to name a few, we have Maine Mendoza, who was tapped by 3770. To the millennials, especially you, Rotor actors, I'm sure you know Maine Mendoza, one of the main hosts of Eat Bulaga. And then Vilma Santos was tapped by District 3820. And Gabi Concepcion, Randy Santiago, Mayor Richard Gomez, Mateo Guidicelli, and Richard Yap were tapped by our District 3860. And we raise funds. Here are some ideas on how we raise funds for polio. Other districts had car raffles. A district also had an art for a cause. We had a district, and I think a lot of districts did their Zumba. And our district will soon have the auction to end polio now. And we all had merchandises up for sale for polio. Okay, the next slide will show our performance in polio giving since 2018, and there's no other way to go but up. So we need to push in polio giving, and we need your help, our dear fellow Rotaractors. So we need your help to raise funds. I know you can help us, and I'll show you how. Our next slide will remind you of our goals. Tangtangan na lang ni siya. Ricky, that's not applicable to us, that's 3870. We won't show anything. Okay, now we will go to our polio fund goals. We want to be reminded on how much we need to raise for polio. Remember that the world goal is to raise $50 million, which is match 1:2 by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So this means our $50 million becomes $150 million when it is matched by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Then we have our district goal. So our district is to donate 20% of our DDF, which is match 1:4.5. I'm very happy to say that District 3860 has been consistent in giving 20% of its DDF since this started in 2013. So hopefully we continue this until polio will be eradicated and forever. District 3860 will be etched in the walls of the headquarters of Rotary International in Evanston. Now we have club goals where clubs, Rotary clubs, are asked to donate 1,500, which is matched 1:2 by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Most often, frequently asked question is how Rotary $150 million was utilized for global grants for polio in 2020-2021. The pie chart will show you that 39% goes to getting vaccines to children, 24% goes to the vaccine, 20% goes to raising awareness, 12% goes to detecting disease, 33%, 3% goes to experts, 2% goes to research. And not to mention some of the funds, other funds, other excess funds goes to the polio vaccinators themselves. Now, these are the polio citations and awards up for grabs for 2022-2023. From Rotary International, you get a citation if you give 20% of its DDF to polio. So District 3860 is assured to get this citation. Clubs that give $1,500 also get the citation. Then there are regional awards for individuals. This is given by the trustee, where individuals giving $1,000 up to more than $50,000 get a recognition pin and plaque accordingly. On the district level, this is the district governor's discretion. Now you can come up with the DRR's discretion awards. So there's what you call a Polio Plus Society. And this is where one donates to Polio Plus Society $100, which is given which is given per year until polio is wiped out in the world. So you will get a special Polio Plus Society pin. And this is an elite and an exclusive society. So if you want to join, please, you are most welcome to join. That's $100 per year until polio is eradicated. Other suggestions for district governors awards or even DRR's awards, you can give certificates. You can give certificates if all the members of the club give at least $10 to polio, making them a 100% polio giving club. Or if they have achieved the minimum donation that has been a challenge by the district governor, or you can mention the DRR, or the early bird, those who give in July. Now, here are some suggestions on how you can raise $10. You may want to celebrate the birthday of RI President-elect Jennifer Jones on January 28 by donating $10 to polio. Or your DRR's birthday, when is Shibi's birthday? Or your district governor's birthday, when is District Governor Lilo's birthday? That's in May. Or Rotary's 118th birthday in February. So you can give $10 to these special events. Now, how can we give $10? You say $10 at 52, that's 520 pesos. So let me show you this slide. It's not yet recess time. I'm just showing you these photos of a commercial coffee and the popular bubble tea. Now, a commercial coffee costs around 150 pesos to 300 pesos. During the pet sets and the DTTS, just recently, we asked a Rotaractor how many glasses of bubble tea he drinks in a month. And he said he drinks at least 5. So if you say 5 and you order the grande glass, that's 300. So 300 times 5, you're talking about 1,500 a month for bubble tea. So let's reduce your drinking of bubble tea. Why not make it 2 or 3, and the remaining 2 will be your saving so that you can give $10 to polio. That's only 520 pesos. The next slide will show you a table on how you can do it also. So before this, Ricky, you make your slide on the table. If you want to
Yes,
give
Doc.
$10, So isunod ato, isunod sa
Yes,
commercial tea.
yes,
And then musunod na kaani is I'll tell you why we must donate to the Polio Plus Fund. There are 5 reasons. Your gift will improve lives. Your gift will invest in the future. Your gift will improve child health. Your gift will lower healthcare costs. And your gift will make history. Now, I will show you the new polio eradication strategy for this year and next year. Goal 1 is permanently interrupt transmission of all polio virus in Afghanistan and Pakistan. Goal 2 is to stop transmission of circulating vaccine-derived poliovirus type 2 and prevent outbreaks in polio-free regions. We need to deliver on a promise. We need to make the world polio-free. So what is Rotary's role in polio eradication? We begin with our commitment, Rotarians' engagement. With the engagement of Rotarians, it's easy to push our advocacy to raise funds and to raise awareness. Now, what is our call to action? Our call to action is to sustain Rotary's commitment to a polio-free world and encourage the global community to remain committed through advocacy and raising awareness. We ensure we reach our 50 million fundraising goal and fully leverage the Gates Foundation 2:1 match. So remember, what are the facts? Smallpox has been eradicated. That's the only disease so far that has been eradicated in the world. And we want polio to be the second disease to be eradicated. Let's keep our promise to the children of the world to make the world polio free. Why is that? We need to eradicate polio because we are Rotary. And together with conviction, we all say, please put in the chat box, I want to end polio. So magbuto-buto na imong chat box, I want to end polio. Our next slide would show pictures of actual children that were inflicted with polio. These are someone's children in India and Africa. Imagine not being able to stop your child from being a victim. They could have been your sisters or your brothers. So, what if this was your child, your sister, or your brother? What would you do? What would you give? Would $10 be enough? Now, these are 2 pictures of the granddaughters of past district governor Mean Solomon. Meet Frankie and Lila. And this is the reason why EPNC Gov Mean is very passionate in ending polio now. Because for her children, for her grandchildren, and her grandchildren's children. And with that, remember, the children, you are our hope for the future. Mona ng cue to play the video. We are the future of the world.
I am the hope of my nation. I am tomorrow's people. I am the new inspiration. And we've got a song to sing to you. We've got a message to bring to you. Please let there be for you and for me a tomorrow. Tomorrow. If we all can agree, there'll be sweet harmony. Tomorrow. Tomorrow. And we all will be there. Coca-Cola to share. Feeling so real and so true. So real and so true. Promise us tomorrow. And we'll build a better world for you.
Watch the gap, we are so close, but we are not yet there. We need to end polio now. Together, we can make history. Together, we will end polio now. In the words of Bill Gates, he said, so long as we never give up, then polio does not stand a chance. So thank you very much to kinsa na imong pasalamatan for inviting me to be part of your pet sets, and have a nice day. I know that in 2021, 22, 23, We will all work together to ban polio now. So, mao na na. Thank you, Pe. Pwede na ma-close ni mong recording. So,